Hey guys, altcoin author. So I'm always looking out for interesting developments for use cases of crypto. And the biggest one is mass adoption for the larger community. And in terms of largeness, it really doesn't get much larger than Reddit. What people don't know about Reddit is that some 330 million people visit a month. People spend more time on Reddit than any of the other top 10 sites. So longer than, if you can even believe it, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all these other sites. There's such a diverse offering of topics on Reddit that you see a lot of people on there that are really engaged in their communities. And as far as I can see, they're technically minded, they're smart, and you get a lot of really good content from going on Reddit. So the development that happened about a week ago is that within the cryptocurrency subreddit, and they also are doing one on a Fortnite, I think r/fortniteBR. But this one, through your contributions to the site, you're going to be earning community points, which are tied to the karma. And so there are measures in place to make sure that there's not karma farms and that the votes are for good content and good, comments and posts and that sort of thing. So what you're earning are moons, and these moons are provided for you for free. Of course, Reddit karma is just free internet points in essence that show how serious you are about delivering good content to the platform, to any of the subreddit communities. So the way this is structured is they did an initial release of 50 million moons for people that have been on the subreddit. And then in the month that follows, or the months that follow, there are going to be, another additional 5 million moons that are given to users. And presently it's going to be on the Rigby network, so it's not going mainnet until the summer. And after the test net, it'll go mainnet. There's the expectation that it's going to hit a DEX once it has a contract wallet address, which is what this is there in the middle of the screen. And you'll be able to, buy and sell it on a DEX if there's some liquidable interest for this as kind of like a portion of this community. So the use case here is that here's the community. It's over 1 million people that are actively using it, r/cryptocurrency. And then essentially that these moons give you the ability to get all sorts of badges, and you can post animated GIF, you can promote, post emojis, and the value is really being able to have a stake in the community. And so perceivably that would go up as the community starts to go up. So it's like, in essence, you're getting a little piece. And that's the whole appeal of a dApp or one of the DeFi projects, is that if you have like a native token, then you benefit when the whole project gets traction. So if you look in your wallet, you can see that for select accounts that are members of that community, you go to Vault and you just set up with your profile, and then you get a password that you can either store off the application or within the application. And then, you're awarded moons. And with those moons, you can get badges and you get colors for your username, comments, emojis. And here's kind of how it looks. It's kind of a cool way to go. And I like a little bit of a visual component to Reddit beyond posting just the title image. And of course, loyalty badges that give some gravitas to what you're saying in the subreddit post. Because a lot of times it'll be someone new that is doing the trolling. They have a regular account, and they have a troll account. And the troll account will eviscerate someone they felt slighted them or they think is funny to look for some kickback on an idea that's being discussed. So all these are kind of cool to have. And I think it's kind of an interesting use case for the long term, because as it stands, there's Publix 0x. There's all these micro blogging platforms that give people a chance to express their ideas, much as they were able to do in the early days of Steemit, and then get some actual value, earn a few bucks in crypto, being tipped by people just because of engagement and people wanting to read more content, But in essence, it's back to the use case of providing value with the microblogging. I mean, I think with Patreon, it's nice to support and interact directly with your people that you follow on YouTube or you follow their fan fiction or drawings. But any sort of innovative case that the platform's equity itself incentivizes people rather than having to pay out of their pocket for Patreon, I think is a more sustainable long-term prospect. But for creators, they'll have these tokens and they can sell. If you'll remember, PewDiePie jumped over to, it was MLive, and you can use their little tokens to sell, and he was doing really well with the tokens because on that platform, they just give you like a little box, and the box itself you would press, and then it would give you a certain amount of these coins, and each coin would be worth like a penny or a tenth of a penny. But if it adds up to millions of these little coins, these people, before you know it, are earning more than they're earning on YouTube and even partnership deals. So it's a cool use case for providing good content that is monetizable by the community as opposed to the individual person. So keep an eye out for Reddit and what they're doing with crypto. And then you'll also notice that when you log in on Chrome, that you no longer have to do the, SSO, single sign-on. You can actually click for for Google, and then log directly into the site, which is extremely convenient. I love having that availability on all these different sites. So I just need to log into my Google, and I'm confident that Google's doing a great job with their security, because I know if I'm in Los Angeles and then I go to Vegas and I try to log into my email, Gmail will flip out. So I know that they're tracking IPs, and I know that they're doing good high-level security work. So happier to log into a site with my Google credentials than even the copy and paste of my username and password, because that may be compromised by keystroke or by copy-paste malware. So check out further videos. I'll be doing several more in tomorrow, and then in the weeks to come, more interviews as we get back to more of a face-to-face environment now that got everything squared away with teaching my blockchain certificate class. So be sure to subscribe and like the video. Thanks a lot.